Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Brianna. Um, Before you keep watching this video, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell. So today's video is going to be a sensitive topic for me. So yeah, it's going to be like a serious topic. So today's video is my brother is screaming because he is playing video games. So if you hear the background noise, it's my brother most likely. So, or my sister talking to herself. So this video is going to be my anxiety journey, I would say. So the first time I knew I had anxiety was when I was in California. If you don't know, this is my background story real quick. I don't want to get it too personal. Because okay, so I lived in Texas, in Laredo, Texas, my whole life, until there was some problems, and then my mom met a guy, which if you hear me talking about my dad, he's not my biological dad, he's not my dad from blood, but he's more like a dad than my real blood dad was ever. So my mom met him and he lived in California, so they would do long distance. And yeah, so we went to California to go live with him because we would see him, like, off and on, because he would come to Texas. So yeah, that's a little background story. I'm not gonna get too much into it because it's more like personal. Maybe if I want to in the future, I'll probably get into it, but I'm not really sure. So I have had kind of a hard childhood, but not really at the same time. So I'll just put it that way. So where should I start? So when my mom met my dad that lives in California, her boyfriend, and then we lived over there in California for about almost 3 years. And then we came back to Texas. So I first kind of knew something was going on with me when I was like in 6th grade, because I did half of like 6th grade in Laredo, and then we went to California when we moved. I finished the rest of the 6th grade in California. I would go and I would kind of get bullied when I was like in elementary school, and then I got bullied when I moved to California, and I had no friends, and honestly I don't know how I did it, but I managed to survive. So I would kind of get bullied and stuff, and I just seemed like I didn't fit in, and I guess that's when I started like getting nervous and feeling like I was feeling embarrassed like to go to school, and I just didn't like that. And I thought it wasn't normal. Well, yeah, I thought it wasn't normal because but I wasn't like that when I was in I wasn't like that when I was in elementary school, right? So I was like, maybe it's because I'm like, in middle school. So then I went to, well, it was elementary school, but middle school was kind of in there. So then after that I was like, okay, well, I was kind of surviving, and then I went to middle school, which was 7th grade, still in California, and my stomach was like, when you get like butterflies in your stomach, yeah, that's what I had, but it was like twisting. So I was like, this never has happened to me before. So I was wondering, like, what's wrong with me? Am I sick or something? And I didn't really know it was like me being like nervous, having anxiety. So, every single morning I was like scared to go to middle school. Um, I was scared to go to school because I was just nervous and I just didn't like it. And there was like, middle school, it's like there's like more people than elementary, because in elementary you stay like in a little bit of classes, and then in middle school you go from class to class. You know what I'm talking about? It just made me nervous, like going to every class, I would say. And I just didn't like that feeling. Well, not that I didn't like it, but like it was every class I went to, it made me nervous. So after that, um, we came to Texas and I started eighth grade, and my anxiety got even worse. It was up here, and the first day of school I was so nervous. I didn't want to go. I just moved. So all of my friends I had were in California, and I didn't have no friends here. I knew that it was a fresh new start for me, which was good, but I just kind of didn't like it. And then I went for the first day of school and stuff, and all over again, I felt like I didn't fit in, because it was hard for me to make friends. It still is, but it was really hard for me to make friends. And then I like met some people, and started making friends like that. And then I would go, like, after school, I would go to the store. Like, my mom would take us to the store and we would go, and I would get anxiety. Like, I wouldn't have that much anxiety at school, but I did have it I had anxiety at school, not only school, but now in the stores. And I thought it was weird because I didn't have anxiety. Like, I don't remember having anxiety when I would go to the stores. So that was a whole new change for me. Like, I was like, why, questioning why. So then after that, I went to high school, freshman year, and the first day of school, I would have thought, okay, I'm going to have anxiety. I didn't end up having anxiety the first day, which was really surprising to me because, I've had anxiety like the first day, you know what I mean? So I was like, what? So I got really surprised. When I didn't have anxiety. And I guess I was too excited to go to high school, that it was a new experience, a new fresh start. And I guess that kind of took over my anxiety, which is good. But yeah, I had no anxiety the whole day. I went perfectly fine from my class to class. And I was like, wow, that's a surprise. And I was like so happy and stuff. And then as days go on, I kind of felt like the nervous in my stomach again. And I was like, it's coming back, my anxiety. So there was on and off days where I would have anxiety and I wouldn't, and then I did, and then I didn't. So it was just on and off. Honestly, getting to points where it was just like, just taking over me, I would say. And then, I would tell, I would tell people from my school, like my friends, I would tell them I have anxiety and stuff. And it was just kind of like, I don't know why I did that. I kind of regret it in a way, telling them I have anxiety, because now, like, I don't know, like, I felt like they weren't taking me serious in some type of way, that it just kind of made me made me mad for a whole long time. um but I was like, you know what, it's fine, I was just trying to stay strong. um so yeah. And then quarantine happened, and then we had to stay home and stuff, and my anxiety got even kind of worse in a way. um I would literally do nothing for months, literally just watch Netflix, have messy room. Like, that's how I was dealing with my anxiety. um and I noticed a couple months ago that I have anxiety more than depression. Um like, I don't get depressed. I get like anxiety more than depression. So when I do have a little like stage of depression, I try to force myself to do things just so I don't have to be sitting in my room. Um, Even if it means like going to the living room to at least watch TV, anything to get myself out of my room. Um, I feel like helps because I don't have to be here being like trapped thinking about like sad things, because that's what normally happens, and then I get like past memories and it's not good. So that's what I try and do. So since I do get anxiety more, um like today I went to the store, and I kind of had anxiety even though there wasn't that many people in the store. Back when I was in middle school, I used to get thoughts of like what people thought about me, and like I was overthinking. So that doesn't happen to me no more. I just don't care like what people have to say anymore. um and yeah, so that's not what happens no more. I guess when I get anxiety, it's like it's a large crowd of people. Like, I just can't do that. um it makes me stress, and the things I get when I have anxiety is my hands start to sweat a lot. um that's just always been a thing. Like, I get nervous and my hands, like, I have sweaty hands, and my like I start to shake a lot. And I guess I kind of move a lot. Like, it's just, those are kind of things that happen to me, like things I know how by what I have them when I have anxiety. But some things I do to make my anxiety like kind of go away in a way is I like to um breathe, slowly try to breathe, and then this is a weird one, but I like, my favorite number is 5. So at times I'm like inside, I'm like 1, 2, 3 until I get to 5. And then so I count slowly. I won't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's how I kind of go in my head, and it helps me with like a lot of things. Like, I don't know, that's just a weird trick that I not recently, but a couple of months ago, I realized that's something that I've been doing a lot. And I did go to the doctors because I had a checkup a couple of months ago, and my doctor told me that my in my doctor's in the doctor I go to, it has a bunch of questions that you have to answer. So I always try to lie just for the fact that I thought nothing was wrong with me. I thought it was normal until like I told my parents and stuff. um and I the doctor told me, like, I find that there was this one time where I was just answering the questions right, because my sister has something else too, and my mom was kind of like worried, so we had to like do the paper, and we had to answer the questions with like being honest. And I remember that I'm just gonna answer honest, because like there's just no point of lying, I'm here, might as well get help. So I did that, and then my doctor has said to like get a journal, and to buy a journal, and then just like write my thoughts and just write on a journal. So I did buy a journal, but I didn't end up writing. I still don't write anything in the journal. Because I feel like it doesn't help me, but I have other ways that help me, like with my anxiety. And and then after the journal, the doctor told me, from that doctor I had to go to another doctor for like a checkup for something. I don't know, for like a checkup, and she was asking us questions, something like that. And I had to talk with the lady, and then my sister also had to talk with the lady because she had something else. And then she told me and my sister that we needed like a little therapy counselor or something like that. So a couple months passed by, and then my mom makes an appointment for me and my sister for this counselor. So I remember being really nervous that I got anxiety. And then I had to talk to this counselor, and I was like, might as well be honest, So I was talking to the counselor and everything, and she gave me like ideas and tips of what I should do and how I was feeling. So I was just telling the counselor like everything that I feel, how I got anxiety and stuff like that. A couple of months ago too, after that I did that counselor for therapy. I did that for about like 2 or 3 months. I would do it once every month, I think. And after that, after like 2 or 3 months of the counselor, of therapy with the counselor, she told us we didn't need it anymore. So yeah, after that I told the counselor for my therapy that I didn't need it, so I don't have no counselor no more for therapy. There's times where I think about going back because my anxiety, at times it gets kind of worse, so I'm like, do I need it? And then I think about it, I'm like, I don't think I need it, when I might need it, but I just don't want it. So I really don't think I need it no more. I just try and control it myself, because I control my anxiety now. I've been controlling my anxiety for a couple of months now. So yeah. But if my anxiety does get worse, and I see it get worse, I am going to probably do an appointment so I could talk to the counselor. So yeah. So another thing I forgot to mention was that once a month, this really helps my anxiety actually. Once a month I deep clean my room, which means like I organize everything. I'll either move my vanity right here or next to the window, near the window. Like I'll literally move my vanity everywhere just to make me feel like I've done something, and so my room doesn't look like the same all the time. So yeah, that's something I just like to do. I also organize like everything in my room, like my closet. I just do everything in my room. So that's what I do. I do clean my room all the time. not all the time, but I do clean my room once in a while, like I'm supposed to, but not organized. So I only organize my room once a month, and it actually really helps like a lot, mentally. So I think it's really good. I've I've had anxiety for quite a long time, and I would say I think it has to do a lot with my past and like people and stuff like that. So there was this one time where my anxiety was just really bad, and I just didn't do anything. I didn't feel like doing anything. That's what I have more. There was a stage where I did have depression. This would like for me to talk about my depression story. Comment down below. I will totally make that. If you guys want that story, I will make it probably. But this is my anxiety story. So when I was doing the Zooms, there was times, okay, I'm not gonna lie about this because this is a video that's me telling the truth and everything. So there was times where I had my teachers will call on me when I was in a Zoom call. They will call on me to give them the answer, and I just couldn't. That it was, my anxiety really went, like my anxiety was just like, I have no anxiety, it was just like right here, normal, and my anxiety just went like up here, like I just couldn't. So I wouldn't answer, or I would just leave the Zoom because of how I was just so stressed out, and I had so much anxiety, and I would feel so bad. I would feel so bad because they would ask me for like an answer, and like, you know, I didn't know the answer, and it's just like, you know, one time it might just give you it doesn't, you know, it's like it, you might be thinking it's just an answer, you know, if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. But for me it wasn't just an answer. Like, it was like, I guess if I got it wrong, which was most likely going to be it, so if I would have gotten it wrong, my anxiety, I wouldn't be able like to do no more Zooms, or I just didn't like it, you know. So it would stress me out, and still kind of does. So yeah, I've had anxiety for about a little bit over 3 years already. I think that's all I was going to say. This video might be too long, I'm very sorry. I want to tell you that if you have anxiety or you have depression, you're not alone. Everyone has it. So just keep pushing through. So give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe and click the bell. And if you made it this far, I really want to thank you, because this was kind of a hard video for me to make. So yeah, bye.